We are back. We've got going to play around with a brand new mould today. I actually ordered this from Amazon US. I couldn't wait, so I paid for the faster shipping. It took about 4 or 5 days to get here. Get out. I haven't seen it in the UK. There are some similar ones in the UK, but hopefully it will come. I'm not sure if it's new out, but I haven't seen it before, and I do often browse the US marketplace. So these are actually rounded inside, so when we demold them, the fronts will be rounded already. So I'm going to have a play around today with some alcohol inks again, using the collaboration resin, and I'm going to back them with some black, but I'd normally back them with black alcohol ink, but I'm going to try it a bit different this time. I'm going to just mix up some black pigment and pour that on afterwards. So I want to go with a kind of minimalistic, so I want quite a bit of negative space in these. So let's get mixing. And as it's a brand new mould, I want to take care of it. And this will just help it, keep it shine for a bit longer. This is a UK product, but there are similar products in the US. I'll try and find a link of a spray that a viewer recommended, and I'll pop that in the description if you want to grab some of that. It definitely does help keep the mould shinier for longer. Okay, so I've poured my resin into some of them. I'm not doing them all because they've just, I'll be here forever. So I've just poured them into some of the larger ones and a couple of the smaller ones. I really wanted to try this bar one here. So I've just got to make sure that I actually don't forget any. So I've got my alcohol inks ready, and you'll see with this there's not really any matching well, there's no matching pairs. So I wish I'd bought 2, because you could make some of these into earrings, but that's down to you. I'll probably order another one in anyway. Right, so for those new to the channel, this bottle here just contains the Let's Resin Seed Deeper. Again, you get 2 of these bottles inside the 26 ink alcohol ink set that I'm using. As always, everything I use is in the description box below. Let's start at the top and we'll work our way down. So I like I said, I want to keep this fairly minimalistic. I don't want to go with too much colour. So with this one up here, I'm just going to go in with a red and a yellow. Again, massive shout out to my channel members. Thank you to anyone who has recently signed up, and thank you to anyone who's bought me a super thanks or a coffee. I'm just shaking my white up. Always shake your white before you use it, otherwise you will not get the effects that we want. So I'm going with a couple of drops on each colour, because my resin's a little bit cold. I should have preheated it and warmed it up, but I didn't realise until after I'd poured. So this is the cerulean, and we're going to go with a yellow green if it wants to come out. I have a terrible habit sometimes when I'm rushing things of dipping my nibs into my resin and it kind of goes a bit hard, so I just re-pierced that. Hopefully we'll get some space left in there. Okay, now for the bar. What do I want in the bar? I definitely want a yellow. And what I do is I'll just show you how you can make these up into pendants afterwards. You can, I forgot to mention this before, you can put jump rings on these to make them last so they don't wear. Just make sure you put the right size on. You can put a couple of jump rings on there. Go have a yellow and a green. just like that. Let's go up here. We'll go for dark indigo. And I think we'll go with a dark magenta. And again with our whites. There's still a lot of people struggling with this technique. If you use the products I'm using, you'll find it will you'll get it straight away. I know the products I use aren't available all over the world, but I will be testing some other products that are available pretty much everywhere. There is a resin called HXDZFX. That is a resin that I first began with, and it's a very, very similar, if not exact, viscosity as this resin. And again, with the alcohol inks, there is a brand that's very similar that is available. Right, what should we go for in this one? A lemon yellow. Should we do this one up here first? A lemon yellow and a normal green. Nope, we're going to go over blue. Sapphire blue. And again, if you are struggling, be sure to jump on the Discord. There's lots of people that can help. Let's now go with this one. Where's my turquoise? Go have a turquoise. And I think we'll go with a purplish red. Bit of a colour clash, but they won't touch. Hopefully. And again, we'll come back as we normally do in around about an hour and swirl in our designs. Let's go with some more magenta. We'll go with a light magenta at the top. I say light, normal. And we'll go with a dark magenta at the bottom. Just the one. Now the one next to it. We have a sapphire blue. And I think we have a peach red at the bottom. I really don't want these two to touch because they will muddy. I think that will do. We're safe. We are safe. Now for a colour I rarely use. It's coffee. Let's see if I've still got a brown as well. Yeah, I have. I'm not sure if I've opened it though, because brown is another colour that I very rarely use, and it is open. That will be interesting. Let's go with an azure blue. And a yellow green. Okay, I've splashed a bit of green in there. So we'll just go on top of that with a turquoise. or just spray it out of the bottle, whichever works. So we've got some negative space, which is good, which is what I wanted. Where's my peach red gone? Now we're going to go over purplish red. It's a really good colour. And we'll go with that. I think magenta is going to be a little bit too similar, but we'll try. It's almost identical. One more. What have we got left? One more, just this bottom corner. And I think we'll go, what is that? Let's get that out. Go over green. A lemon yellow. I think we'd go with another green down here. Okay, I've splashed ink all over my nice new mould. I think that is all of them now covered. I don't think I've missed any. So we'll be back in about 1 hour. Okay, these are now ready to stir. I'm just going to go in my normal swirly motion. I'm just glad we've got some negative space. Not so much in all of them, but most of them we have. I might just skip the rest of the swirling because you know what I'm doing anyway. I'll see you for the, well, we're going to do the black back in once this is cured. Okay, I said we were going to go with a black background. We're also going to play about with a white background. So I've just used some white pigment paste and some black pigment paste for those. So I'm just going to pour into the ones that I want and then I'll show you which ones afterwards. If you are topping up, I'd always recommend using, if you've got a cheaper resin lying around or you know, leftover resin from a different brand, use that. You don't want to go using the collaboration resin because we ideally want to keep hold of that for the best Petri effect. So yeah, be sure to use a different brand for any kind of topping up really. So there we have them. I will see you for the demold. Okay, we're all set. Let's start at the top. Wow, that is really cool. I love that domed edge as well. Really finishes that off. So it's a little bit different adding the background instead of using my normal technique of just adding the black alcohol ink. Can only really see that white through there, but it kind of breaks the piece apart. Some really nice detail in there. So we had some more negative space in some than what we did in the others. Oh, we had some spores. It's a good mould. Definitely going to be using this a lot more. Wow. You just see that white coming through. Good combo as well on that one, I think. It's very good. As always, if you haven't hit that sub button and the notification bell, be sure to do that. I quite like these bar ones. I need to try these with the pigment pastes, I think. That's really vibrant. And that black just makes those colours pop. Wow, that's really bright, and that white really does hug that. Was that the pink I used, I think? Yeah, I think that was the peach red. Let's go down here. Don't know how that happened. I'm not keen on that. Maybe I should have gone with a black on this one. But it still does break the piece apart. Or break it up. I'm loving these shapes as well. I'm glad I went with the white on this one. I think that I must have sprayed the green in this one, I think, by accident. Coffee and brown. I'm saving this one till last. This is the bigger piece. Wow. I think that would have looked good with the black or the white. And what I'd do, I'll very quickly show you some of the hardware you can use. And I'll pop the links in the description. I think I should have gone black on that one, but it's still really nice. It's very different. The texture is really good. Two left. Wow. Again, maybe a black on that one, I'm not sure. Okay. Last one. Wow, look at that. I decided to use the black on this one because I had little splashes of green ink. I wanted to kind of hide that. If I'd have used the white, they would have stood out. But that is some really good detail. So, again, these are really, really handy for measuring your cavities, measuring the thickness of your pieces, and also when it comes to looking up hardware, maybe on Amazon, you can measure the thickness of the piece. You can then compare that measurement to Amazon products and listings. So these bows, for example, I'll pop some links in the description, and you can then pair that up with, if you wanted to use cord necklaces, adjustable, you could do that, or you could pair them up with silver chains, whatever you want to do. But say you could pair it with the colour of the piece, or you could do it with the white that's in the background. So these bows are really, really strong and secure. So you can then just push that in place and then get your pliers and just make sure that that's as tight as you can get it, like so. Or you could use these kind of pinch bails. Just make sure you're measuring. You could use loops if you wanted to. And yeah, you could just pair those up on a necklace. Really quick and easy. But there you go. Again guys, give the video a thumbs up, drop me a comment. If you haven't subbed again, hit that button for me. And I'll see you for the next one. Bye for now.